Cooking Crave, brought to you by ENG Lending, your area's #1 choice for home loans. 456loan.com.
Coming up on today's show, we have a taste of summer. That's all coming your way next. Hi, I'm Rhonda
And I'm Laverne.
and we have a couple submitted recipes today from some long-standing viewers,
Yes.
neighbors, friends, and we have a zucchini chicken casserole. Shirley Andrus has submitted that, and then a watermelon salad that Sharon Runcorn has submitted.
Yes.
So they both said they're good.
Yep. And we're using what's in season right now. How better than that?
Right.
Okay.
So if you want to cook along with us, just grab a piece of paper and a pen and write down these ingredients. For the chicken zucchini casserole, you're going to need a 6-ounce package of stovetop stuffing mix, half a cup of butter, 4 cups of diced zucchini, 3 chicken breasts, a cup of cream of chicken soup, a half an onion, a half a cup of sour cream, and that looks like it's about it.
That is.
So not that hard.
Not at all.
All right, for the watermelon salad, you're going to need half a cup of balsamic vinegar, a teaspoon of honey, 6 cups of watermelon, a cucumber, a half a cup of crumbled feta cheese, a red onion, a tablespoon of lime juice, 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh mint, and a half a teaspoon of salt.
That's right.
All right.
Good.
Where do you want to
Okay.
get started?
Well, we'll get a casserole together, but with our dressing for the watermelon salad, the balsamic vinegar, we start with that half a cup, but we're going to put it on low, and we want to just cook that down to about a 1/4 cup until you get it a little bit syrupy.
Okay.
So let's put that in the pan so that can be doing its thing while we're putting the casserole together.
Perfect.
So we'll just put that in there. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to put the burner on low because we just want to simmer that.
Okay.
And so that's for the dressing. So let's come on over here. And I'll have you spray our 9x13. Oh, excuse me, that made a little noise. 9x13 pan.
Okay.
With the zucchini casserole, it's the chicken. It says 3 breasts, and you want them cooked prior to that. So I cut it into pieces and cooked that already. So what we're going to start with, I want to melt the butter. It's a half a cup of butter.
Okay.
We're just going to melt that butter, and then we're going to put the stovetop stuffing mix in there.
Okay.
And that. So
And so when you cooked your chicken, did you put any seasoning in it, or you just cooked in a little bit of olive oil?
I put a little olive oil in the pan, and to me, I always like the flavor of seasoning when I'm cooking. So I did put a little bit of salt in there, not much, but
Okay.
just a little bit to start that flavor of that chicken. So
Okay.
that's what I did. So there, is that gonna come open?
Maybe not.
Not so much, huh? Okay, well, we'll see.
Oh, there's a special way. You have to open it from the top. I'm trying to tear
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Sometimes there's a little trick to that. So I'll set that bowl aside. So what we're going to do is, with this half cup of butter, is just mix the stovetop stuffing and mix in there.
Okay.
And there isn't a specific flavor. I just happen to have turkey. Tastes much like chicken. So, I mean, you have chicken, you can have the normal, just, seasoning, whatever you choose. I don't
Okay.
think it's going to make one bit of difference. So, we're going to just mix this up here. And I'll just let you go ahead and stir that.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my half a cup of sour cream, and I'm going to just use a nice big bowl so that when I'm mixing all that stuffing and the chicken and zucchini in there, I won't get too much on the side.
Perfect.
So put that in there. So half a cup of sour cream, and now it's a can of cream of chicken soup.
Okay.
And it said 3 chicken breasts, and of course, there's such a variations in size. So I would recommend at least 3 to 4 cups, cooked chicken.
Okay.
With that, rather than maybe just saying 3 chicken breasts, because again, that's open to interpretation and to what one might do to the next. So.
Right.
And then I did actually weigh them too, and it was about 1.5 pounds of chicken, those 3 chicken breasts. I did have, they were pretty generous, but so like I said, about 1.5 pounds, so it'll give a nice amount of chicken. But we got to realize, with the stuffing, and we have 4 cups of diced zucchini, you're going to have quite a bit of other things, so you don't want the chicken to be lost in there. So
Okay.
So I'm going to just mix up the sour cream here with that cream of chicken soup. All right. So I have a half a onion chopped, and again, that's interpretation. You have a big onion, smaller onion, and just put in the amount that you kind of like. If you like onion, make sure that you just have a
Well, and when you're cooking, it gives your dishes a nice flavor.
It does. Okay. And it says to put the oven on at 350.
Okay.
And it bakes about 40 to 50 minutes.
Okay.
And using a glass pan, I'm going to put it at the 40 minutes. I think, we'll be looking pretty good at that. But just double check it. You just want to make sure everything is nice and bubbly, hot.
Sure.
And stuff. Because, one thing, we got the chicken cooked, so we don't have to worry about, your chicken not getting done.
We want to make sure the vegetables are cooked and soft.
And zucchini is very, something that softens easily.
Okay.
And I had about, to get the 4 cups of diced zucchini, it was probably 2 medium-sized zucchini. It wasn't, they weren't big at all. And I didn't really want them big because I didn't want, the bigger you get all those seeds inside.
Okay.
So if you can have them a little bit smaller, the small to medium, I think you'll like that better.
Okay. And there was some huge zucchinis at work that somebody brought in from their garden, and rival the watermelon.
Just about, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it is nice when you come get the zucchini, brag how big they are. The only thing good about that is for baking, and even when it's that big, you might be taking out some of the seeds and stuff too. But the way zucchini grows, you can have
Giant ones.
That is for sure. And I can use this bowl. Fill this bowl up with, because the stuffing mix, we just want to garnish that on the top.
Okay.
After, because we're going to mix that zucchini, the stovetop stuffing mix in here.
Okay.
Also, I got that mixed well, so I will just pour that in here. That there. Okay. Looks like we got all the ingredients in here, I think.
Yeah, and there's again not a lot. You're letting the
it's easy to put together.
Stovetop to putting in all the seasonings that you need there.
Right. Your stovetop's dressing is very seasoned and flavorful. So, and being I did use just maybe a half a teaspoon of salt when I cooked the chicken, not a lot, just to start getting, I like that, like I said, infuse that seasoning in when you're cooking.
Yeah.
I think you get more flavor that way. That's just my preference. So we did spray a 9x13 pan here.
Okay.
And that is going to make that pretty full. But one thing too, the zucchini is going to cook down, and so you won't have, it won't look quite as full as when we start out.
Okay.
And Shirley has shared some really good recipes with us in the past, and you know, it's great, and we surely do appreciate her thinking of us and submitting
Absolutely.
one of her favorites.
Well, and like we said at the beginning of the show, they're both zucchini and watermelons in season now. So now's the time to take advantage of this opportunity to try some new recipes.
Yes, for sure. I'll just even that down. And we're going to bake this uncovered. We're not going to cover it with any foil.
Okay.
And I'll just put this on top here. And just kind of spread that around a little bit just for a little extra crunch there. When we're mixing it in that big bowl, it looked like a lot. Like, gee, that our pan might not be big enough, or that's going to overflow, and it's just perfect. So
It is.
we'll do that. So we're going to come and put that in the oven. Put that back, and I'm going to put the timer on to 40 minutes to start with. We can always add more.
Okay.
So we can really smell that vinegar in here, can't
can.
we? That's cooking up. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit higher. I had it on fairly low just to get that going. And the only other thing we're going to add when this is done is we're going to add a little bit of honey.
Okay.
And that's the glaze you put over the watermelon, and that's so.
Finding the right mortgage company can be a little puzzling. At ENG Lending, we make it easy by finding the right program that fits perfectly. From VA loans for our veterans to first-time home buyers, refinancing and debt consolidation. Piece by piece, we pay close attention to every detail so that every piece of the puzzle falls right into place. ENG Lending. It all comes together.
Call 456 Loan right now.
Country Rose Cafe on East Florida is open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Enjoy daily homemade specials, caramel and cinnamon rolls, several different kinds of homemade pies made fresh every day. Country Rose Cafe is also famous for homemade soup, including their ever-popular Nefla served every Tuesday. While you're in, make sure to pick up your Channel 18 Cooking Crave recipes and like us on Facebook for different specials and announcements. Country Rose Cafe, the way a cafe should be, located at 837 East Villard in Dickinson.
Our vinegar, balsamic vinegar, has cooked down, and as we can see here, it's definitely thickened up. It's more, you know, a little
Syrupy.
Syrupy, that's the word I wanted. Thank you. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add about a teaspoon of honey,
Okay.
and I'm not even going to measure that because you put that honey on a spoon and you waste half the honey trying to get that there. So we're going to mix that up, and we're going to bring that over here. So, and I know there's different kinds of balsamic vinegar. There's white vinegar, and there, you know, I had the darker or whatever. I don't think it's going to make a difference to what kind that you would want. So I just mix that up here. And this is such an easy salad to put together because we're going to start out with 6 cups of watermelon that I diced here. And make sure I don't get too much, I don't want the juice in there from that. And I was so proud I got a really good watermelon.
You did. There's probably only about 5.5 cups in there, maybe.
Oh. It kind of disappeared while we were waiting. Okay, so the 6 cups of watermelon approximately, and then it says 1 medium cucumber, just cut and slice rounds.
Okay.
So we're gonna put that in there. And it says just onion cut in rounds, and it said red onion, and what did I do? I forgot to buy a red onion. But I have the Walla Walla onion here that is, sweeter too. So I think we're going to be just fine.
Okay.
We all know that we can improvise and do those things. And then it says about a half a cup of feta cheese.
Okay.
And I'm just going to put that in there. And, I don't use feta cheese for anything else, so
There you go.
there it goes. Because that was the smallest container. It was 5 ounces. So we probably got maybe 2/3 cup in here, not
Sure.
even, it's not much more than that. So I'm going to, we're going to add half a teaspoon of kosher salt.
Okay.
And this is salad you don't want to make the day before, anything like, your watermelon and that and stuff. And so you're just going to want to make it the day of. And hopefully it is going to be best the day of, You might, if you have some left over, I'm sure it's going to be okay. But it is the best the day of. So
Sure.
it's nothing that you want to plan. And it says lime juice. And then how much lime juice does it tell me? Here, 2 tablespoons, or 1 tablespoon of lime juice. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If we had fresh mint,
Yeah.
if we were going to
Yeah.
do mint.
Yeah.
That was optional.
Right. The recipe does say fresh mint, and Sharon had even talked about that she had a very hard time locating some mint, and but she did have some, and she says, you couldn't even really taste it in there or whatever. So if you have to really hunt to try and find fresh mint, or if you have to buy a big package to get a couple of tablespoons, like we said, it's very optional.
Okay.
So there. So now I'm going to get that dressing, or the balsamic vinegar and that in here. So we're going to just pour that over and mix that up. So like I was talking, we're certainly using things that are in season such a short time that we
Right.
you don't always get that good watermelon or, the fresh cucumbers from the garden
Right.
and stuff. So
Well, and there's so many people that grow their own watermelons at this time too. So this is the perfect time to make this
Yeah.
salad.
yeah, definitely. And it didn't look like a lot of dressing, and it isn't a lot, but you don't need a big amount. And we know that your watermelon is juicy and that, so you're going to have
Right.
that liquid from there too. So, okay. One thing, I didn't have the white balsamic vinegar, so I wasn't going to just get that. If you had the white, it would be a little bit, clearer and,
Right.
that. But this is going to be awesome. We have our cucumbers, fresh cucumber, onion, and that. And that's all that there's to put this salad together.
Right. Just chill until you're ready to serve. But again,
Right.
like you said, you probably wouldn't put that glaze on until you're ready to serve it.
Right. And when we're looking, we have the oven shows 6 minutes for our casserole there. I'll probably go check it and just to see how that's coming along
Okay.
before that we even need to put that in the fridge. With most of the things that we're doing, the biggest time is the preparation.
Right.
Cutting your, the watermelon or cucumbers, or even like dicing your zucchini and stuff. So when you have all that done, and then it goes quickly. So
Right. Yeah. If you have all that done and that food prep done, all you have to do is pop in the oven when you come home from work and put the dressing
Right.
on a salad, and
Yeah,
you'll have a meal in under an hour.
yeah, and if you would put this together a little sooner, whatever. Like I said, just make sure you drain your watermelon. Don't leave the liquid that's in there and stuff. So, okay, so I'm going to go check our casserole here and see how that is coming along. Okay, it just might be. Do you want to reach me a fork, Rhonda, and we'll just double check that? Thank you. Okay, you know, that's tender. The zucchini is tender and everything. So I think we are good with that.
And that was, well, you know, and again, everything was, it wasn't cold necessarily going in.
Right, and stuff, so. And like I said, it's 40 to 50 minutes, and so this is right around that 40 minutes, so. And I'm gonna hold this up while we get another spoon out
Right.
there, so then that we can show this. And you certainly can smell the aroma of the stuffing mix.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and that. And I think I'll have you put some of that on there. That is always such a good smell. One of the things we look forward to at Thanksgiving, you think you're going to have that stuffing,
Yes.
and it's really, really good. And as we can see, I mean, it seemed like a lot of chicken, and it'll be a nice amount, but yet, you know, you can always add more if you want to, or less, so however it goes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we have to again thank Shirley Andrus and Sharon Runcorn for submitting these recipes. I know they're going to be wonderful, and certainly like to share them with our viewing audience, because I hear all the time about how people try our recipes and they like them. So,
Well, good.
if you'd like to get these recipes, just go to Consolidated's website, consolidatednd.com. Submit your recipes for us to cook for all of our viewing audience and get your name into the basket for Cooking Crave apron. They're nice to have.
They are.
Join us next week when we do it all over again here on Cooking Crave.